Hey everybody, welcome. I hope everybody's doing good. It is Sunday night here at the homestead. Before we jump into things, I just want to remind people if there's any kind of interruptions tonight with the stream, I will get back on as soon as I possibly can. Okay, so please just bear with me. Hopefully we don't have any problems. We didn't have any on Friday, so I'm hoping that we have a good night tonight. So anyway, we're going to talk about now is the time to be smart. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot of different other things as well. I want to talk about India as well for a moment. So some crazy stuff going on. Okay, crazy stuff going on. And I want people to realize too. Well, we're going to get into that in a second. Let me get into that in a second. But I do want to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. So I would ask everybody to please be decent in the chat to each other. No racism, no nastiness. Let's just have a nice, clean chat and enjoy each other's company. I love the comments. I love the feedback you guys give. It makes all the difference in the world. It really does. People ask great questions, and I think that's really, really important. Okay. Again, if you have a question or comment, please all cap locks so it stands out for me. Yes, Jason, we're going to talk about India. Jason just said that India's cases will explode soon. And I agree 100%. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But, it's, crazy times we're in, my friends. Crazy times. So, I don't know if you guys heard or not that they have extended social distancing through the end of April at this point. They're hoping, and I love that they said this, they're hoping to get things back to normal maybe by June 1st. So we're not looking at a short-term situation here. We're looking at a long-term situation. And I know this is a good time. I think a lot of people are going to find out if they really like their spouse or not, or their kids. When you're sitting at home day after day after day together, it's going to be a test on the nerves of do you care about that person or do you not? And we got to think about this, guys, too. Think about all the people out there that are cheaters that are not getting to see that cheat partner. Very depressing for them. So, and I say that in jest, but it's actually, it's a lot going on. People are being locked down all over the country and told not to go anywhere. Obviously New York State, it's really, really bad here in New York State with the virus. Now, the area that I'm in, it's not that bad, obviously, but downstate, it's really bad. Hey, Prepper Chris 1. I have 5 cases in my county and saw 25 people hanging. Wow. Yeah, it just, people are not abiding. Thank you for that donation, too, by the way. People are not abiding by, paying attention and taking this seriously. And that's a real big problem. Real big problem. So missing their cheat partners. Yes, cheeky. Well, I'm sure they are. It's not like they're going to tell their wife or their husband, geez, I need to step out for a minute. You can't, you know what I mean? So, anyway, but let's talk about India for a second. Okay. Recently, India shut down for 21 days. I know a lot of people did see that. And, so they've shut down the country basically for 21 days. Well, what a lot of people don't understand, so we're going to talk a little bit about India really quickly. India's healthcare system is nowhere near like ours is, number one. 80% of the people in India are day laborers, which means every day that they work, that's when they get paid. They get paid each day. Well, with everything being shut down, they're not working. I just watched a video before the stream, and it had literally thousands of people jammed together like this, trying to get out to their province of whatever area that they were going to. Isn't there like 2 billion there, Prepper Chris? Actually, there are 1.2 billion people in India, and I think China is at 1.4 billion or 1.5 billion. So, but you're talking about a lot of people that don't have money put aside. They're not having the luxury, if you will, like a lot of Americans. I mean, does it suck to be home all the time and you can't go out? Of course it does. I like to be out. I like to do things. I want, there's always something that I can do or want to do. And that's not happening right now. But when you put it into perspective of a country like India, we're really living large. Hey, Uper Viking, thanks for everything, Ed. Only thing keeping me sane is your channel. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know what, guys? It's difficult. It is. This is not an easy time for anybody, to be honest with you, and I totally get that. And I'm going to tell you what, we're going to see a rise in suicides because people cannot deal with it mentally, what's going on, and it's very, very frustrating for people, and I understand that. But, W. Broondog says warm weather kills it. Not necessarily, because a lot of the countries where it's spreading, they're in warm weather countries. So, hold on a second, guys. I want to. Tasha Love, we should all do a shot of Patron together one night during the live stream. That would be cool. I would like that. That'd be awesome. And thank you very much for that donation. Prepper Chris 1, have you gotten less scam calls out of India? Yeah, no kidding. There's not a lot of those going on. Hey, Marv, how you doing? Let's see. He says, show your support to independent voices like Ed. They have to keep speaking as long as possible. Well, thank you, Adam. I do appreciate that. That's obviously Marfugal News on there, guys. And I was going to do it later in the show, but I'll do it now since he just gave that donation. I do appreciate that, Adam. Thank you. If you guys have not got over there to show support to Marfugal News, please go do that. Obviously, let him know that I sent you over. Subscribe to his channel. We got to work. When I always talk about we're in this together, creators, people out there spreading the words, sharing the information, we really all need to work together. We really do. And I think it's important. And Adam's got a great channel. Love his channel, and he does good things. And like I said, he's over on the West Coast, and I'm over here on the East Coast. So, he does a really, really good job. So definitely go show him support, guys. So anyway, I want to get back. I want to talk a little bit more about India. These people don't have money to eat from day to day because they're not working. And, you have all these people jammed together like that trying to get back home. There's no social distancing. They're not keeping people separated in large areas. They're all right up on top of each other. So it's really a bad situation over there right now. And I'm going to tell you what, India, Africa, and I mean the continent of Africa, not, one specific place in Africa. I mean the whole continent. Your poorer countries, you get different places in the Middle East, you're going to have issues. There's going to be major issues. And, this thing is going to be spreading like crazy. I mean, I know that the president just said that they were extending the social distancing situation to the end of April. And they're talking about getting things back to normal. Well, you have certain parts of the country where we only have, confirmed, cases. Like I think South Carolina today had 113 new confirmed cases and 1 new death. That's just the tip of the iceberg. This thing is just really amping up. I mean, now it's going crazy in New York. I mean, I'm going to give you guys the New York numbers really, really quickly. Well, let's do the U.S. numbers. The U.S. numbers are up to 138,879 confirmed cases. Okay. It's an increase of 18,670 cases in one day. We're up to 2,438 deaths, which is an increase of 441 deaths in one day. Hey, Taylor 7. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I read your comment. I'm sorry. From the UK, our death total jumped by 25% overnight. Thank you for inspiring me to prep. Thanks to you, we have 4 months of food. I am very, very happy that you did that, and thank you. It's because of you that you have 4 months of food. So I'm glad that you took the initiative and took that bull by the horns and got it done. That's awesome. I'm very, very happy to hear that. So that's awesome. So anyway, in the U.S., in recovered is at 4,430, okay, which is an increase of 1,200. So New York State, okay, we have 59,513 cases in New York State, which is an increase in one day of 7,195 cases, okay. The deaths in New York are up to 965, with an increase from yesterday of 237 in one day. Recovered, and I love this, okay? The recovered is up to 8. We're up to 8 recovered in New York State. With it's a +3 from yesterday, because the other day they had said 108, and then the next day it was a blank line. But they're saying 8 people recovered. We have 965 people dead in New York State. I don't like those odds. Those are not real good odds. That's not 1% as far as I can figure out. I mean, I'm not a math genius or a mathematician, but I think that's an interesting number. And if you look at the overall numbers of recovered and dead, it's like, 1/3. If you look at the, for overall, the recovery of people, and of course, then we have, China with their lying numbers from the very, very beginning. But you have Italy now is up to 10,779 people dead. That's an increase of 756 in one day. Okay. I mean, they're at 97,000 cases. So, it's just, it's going to be much, much worse before it gets better. That's my opinion. Okay. They've basically said, Fauci, I'm not sure if I'm saying the guy's name right, from the CDC, the medical expert for Trump. He is stating, okay, now I want you to think about this. He is saying that we could have between 100,000 and 200,000 people die in the United States from this. All right. So, guys, this is not something that's just going to be here for a minute and then be gone. Okay. Are cotton N95 mask okay or a joke? Well, let's put it like this. Having that or nothing, I would rather have the N95 masks. So, I mean, if you can, Fauci, I don't even know how to say it. Oh, Fauci? Okay, thank you for the breakdown of that. I appreciate that, Mama Bear. So, Fauci is saying that we're going to lose between 100,000 and 200,000 people. Now, what we do need to remember, our government would absolutely never, ever, ever lie to us. No, never. They would never do that. They would not be untruthful. Okay? So let's keep that in perspective, okay? That it is going to be much, much worse than it's ever reported. Just like China, all these governments lie. None of them are telling the truth. They're definitely going to try to keep the numbers down. But from what we're seeing with the way that the numbers are jumping day to day to day, it's scary. It is scary. And, people need to be paying attention. They need to be isolating themselves. Okay. From the title of my video, we need to be smart. That's what we need to be doing right now. We need to be smart. Guys, I see we're at 2.1 in the chat. We're 495 on the thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so. To show support, if I could speak, show support for the channel, and thank you for that. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe and hit that bell notification so you get all, or bell icon so you get all notifications as well. And thank you for that ahead of time. I do appreciate that. R.D. Franklin, I'm going to be a hermit. Well, I'll tell you what, we've been pretty much laying low. We are pretty much laying low. Somebody just said, why is Planned Parenthood still open? No idea. No idea. Well, people still need medical care. I mean, and I know everybody wants to jump on the whole thing that Planned Parenthood's all about abortion. That's not the only thing they do. They do a lot of other good things for women. So, if you are for it or against it, that is your personal preference, and I respect that. But they do a lot of other good things besides, giving abortions. So just putting that out there and being honest, because that's what I do. So I don't jump on this bandwagon or that bandwagon. I have my own opinion, and I think that's what we all need to actually, here's the best thing. And I think I was just talking to some folks today down in New Jersey, and I know you guys are watching, Brittany, and I can't remember what your husband's name was, but, I don't even think you told me. So, but anyway, we need to be respectful of other people's views. We really should be. You can have your opinion, and that's great, but we need to agree to disagree if we don't have the same point of view, instead of judging and being nasty to each other because you think differently than I do. I mean, that's just the most ludicrous thing. And then it's, you have, nowadays it's, you have to be politically correct. Heaven forbid that you say anything that's going to offend anybody. Well, you know what? If you're offended by something I say, guess what? That's on you. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm going to give you my opinion. I tell you the way I think. If you like it, that's great. If you don't like it, again, that's on you. So, anyway, so that's just kind of how I roll, and I've always rolled that way. But like I said, I respect other people's opinions though too. I mean, I've never ever got on here and say my opinion is the only one that's right and everybody else is wrong. Now, some stuff is kind of extreme. People's thoughts are kind of extreme, and I kind of question that sometimes. And I'll be honest with you, I do. And but again, that's my opinion. Hey, Asif. I hope I did not miss much. Had to have another dinner with the whole family at the table. Well, I understand that. You got to do what you got to do. I mean, that's a good thing, actually, having dinner with the family. So welcome aboard, and I hope everybody's doing good. And thank you so much for that donation as well. But, yeah, guys, we really need to just stay focused. And if we stay focused and take care of things, we've been just kind of hanging out, here, and it's kind of boring and it kind of sucks. But, and then the weather hasn't cooperated. I mean, we had rain all day yesterday, and today when I did the video, the sun was out, and then a storm came through, and it was wild. I mean, it was coming down. But, that's kind of what you got to do. Yes, I saw that, Farmer Joe Maine. 253 cases in Maine. I actually had that written down. I was going to share that with you guys. You have a lot of people. Okay, so here's something else to think about. RC Kev, hold on a second. Thoughts on the shaming people in N95 mask and source. You know what? If they're shaming them, that's who cares? Let them shame you. I mean, people that do that are just because they didn't have the foresight and preparedness to be ready themselves. That's all that comes down to. Chase, hold on a second. I'm missing that one. Have been rucking tonight. Got to get ready. Yeah, I don't blame you. You got to get ready. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you for that donation as well. Just want to thank the chat's help. Prepper Chris 1 said, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I think sharing information is a good thing. What is the status of New York? Have they quarantined in the tri-state area? If so, how long are they doing it? NG or the police, meaning National Guard? They have not. They've decided not to quarantine. So that's not happening in this area. So they're just advising people not to travel. Holly Chapman, Trump said today we are spending money and supplies to Italy and Spain. Why? If we don't have enough for ourselves, it makes no sense to me. We should be first. I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that. We need to be taking care of our own first. I think it's going to get really, really bad here in the States. You have people in New York. So let's talk about that a second. You have your people that have the money to be able to do it are jetting out of New York, and they're going to Florida, Maine, Connecticut, and other places and stuff like that, and in the South in different places. All that's going to end up doing, they may be sick and not know they're sick. They're just going to spread stuff. But again, I wouldn't want to be stuck in the city either, to be honest with you, but I wouldn't be in the city in the first place to begin with, to live. I would never want to be there. So how many in the U.S. in 2 months? Yeah, there's a lot. There's been a lot. So yeah, it's just, we're in for some hard times coming up. We're in for some very seriously hard times. Can you say happy birthday to my son, Jeff? He's here watching. Mama's a prepper. Well, there you go. Jeff, happy birthday. And thank you for watching. And your mom just had, so you got a shout out there. So happy birthday, and I hope you have a great day. Every day is a blessing, guys. Every day that we get is an absolute blessing. We are in such better shape in this country than a lot of places around the world. So we need to count those blessings. We really do. We have an opportunity to make a huge, huge difference. Like I said, what I would encourage people, especially like in the South now, people in the South, you guys can start getting your gardens in. That's a really, really good thing. You can definitely get your gardens in. And I encourage you guys to put in the largest gardens you've ever put in before. That's really, really important. Really important. So, do that. Be ready. Have those canning jars. Prepare to can. Get as much stuff together as you can. I think this coming winter is going to be very, very interesting. Hey, Jay Medic. You know what? I saw that. Yes. No NCLEX passed to practice nursing in Ohio. Crazy. So what's he saying? Thanks for that donation too. So Ohio is saying student nurses, they can go ahead and practice as a nurse, not having to take the NCLEX. The NCLEX is your boards. So hold on one second. St. Louis Arch, UT paper on mass derelation, link to follow. All right, well, thank you, and we'll look forward to that link. Prepper Chris 1, I'm in Tennessee. We're close to have but a few weeks to go. Yeah, it's just, but I want to get back to what we're talking about here. Thank you both for the donation, too, by the way. Chase Moeller, every day is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Exactly. Thank you for that donation as well. So the NCLEX is the way you have to pass your boards to be able to practice medicine as a nurse. Okay, LPNs, RNs have to take the NCLEX. So there are people that are in nursing school, and I'm going to tell you this because I know for a fact, because I went to school with them, that were people in nursing school that had absolutely no business ever being in nursing. And when it came to taking their boards, they never passed their boards, and that's because they were idiots. Okay, and that's being nice. Scared me. Some of them, I thought to myself, my God, if that woman passes her boards, that's frightening. So, but they didn't. And that's the reason why you have to take those boards to be able to get your license. So for Ohio to say that nursing students don't have to take their boards and then go ahead and practice, that's frightening because, first of all, they have no experience, number one, and they're going to throw those people in the front lines. And so, craziness, guys. Just, you have no idea. And I got to tell you, so this was a slam against me today, and I laughed. Okay, I laughed because if people only knew, and there's a couple things that I wanted to bring up. So I was talking today, nurses need to stand up and say no more of this crap, that we need to have proper equipment, and to strike if they have to strike. That's the only way sometimes anything gets done. All right. A lot of people won't do it, of course, but that's, that was my thought. So I had somebody come on, make the comment, which they did get blocked, by the way, just so you guys know. Well, you're just, and I love this, you're just an LPN. That's like 9 months of school. Well, actually, it's a year and a half, and sometimes they condense it down into 12 months. Who's your preparedness? Hold on a second. Thanks for focusing on practical preparedness. And not talking about conspiracy theories nonstop. Great channel. Well, thank you. And I'm not going to do conspiracy theories nonstop. It's counterproductive. We know what we know. We have whatever information we have, and we have to deal with it, no matter what the core or the cause is and stuff like that. Still seeing intel and U.S. travelers at hotel where I work. International. Oh, okay. Wow. Scarlet Rose. Wow, that's craziness that people are still coming from overseas. That's nuts. Thank you both for the donation, and thank you for that information. So anyway, so I had this person say, you're just an LPN. And I love that when people would say that. So are you an RN or just an LPN? I'm going to tell you something, guys. And that always chat me. Here, you know what the difference between an LPN and an RN is? Hold on 1 second. Prepper Chris 1. Hold on a second. I want to make sure I read the comment. Dale says plane landed with supplies and going to nurse with no PPE is like fighting a war with no guns. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Trying to take care of people with no protective gear in a pandemic, you might as well commit suicide. That's exactly what that is. But anyway, I want to get back to what I was saying real quick here. So the difference between an LPN and an RN gets more theory. That's what they do. So what does that mean? It's all about paperwork. That's what they're getting ready for that. That's their job. A lot of people ask me why I never went and got my RN. And the honest answer for me, and it pissed a lot of RNs off when I said this, but they knew I was right. I said, as an LPN, I do a lot of patient care. I like being involved with my patients. I like taking care of my patients. As an RN, you are a pencil pusher. I did not want to be a pencil pusher. So what do I mean by that? RNs are made to be supervisors. So they're walking around pushing a pencil. They go in and they supervise and they do this and that and the other things, which is important. Don't get me wrong. I'm not belittling RNs by any stretch of the imagination. But they have a certain thing that they're to do, and they don't have a lot of patient interaction. And that's why I did not want, unless you're working obviously in a hospital and you have your caseload of however many patients you have, that's totally different. But I'm talking more in the nursing home type setting, okay? I didn't want to be a pencil pusher, so that's why I never went and got my RN. I didn't want it. So, but yeah, they're going to phase out LPNs. Yep, I saw that, Cheeky. I know that in like different hospitals now, you can't work there unless you're an RN. But, they're always going to need nurses. And so, but here's the thing that I think is funny too. So as an LPN, one of my specialties, believe it or not, was vents. I did a lot of vent cases throughout the years when I worked. And so I cannot tell you the number of RNs that I taught how to run a vent, how a vent works, how to troubleshoot a vent, to make sure that their patient doesn't die, okay? Because that's not something that you get trained for in school. I got vent trained after I got out of school. I was working for an agency. They said, who wants to be vent certified? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it, because I'm always a game for learning something new. I like learning new things. And that's how I got vent certified. Mistakes happen, okay? And but LPNs and RNs, one is not better than the other. So let's not have that delusion, how people think. Oh, and the other thing, and this is what somebody else has said, well, nurses are very well compensated. If you guys had any idea the amount of pressure and the amount of workload that is heaped on nurses, LPNs, and RNs, we are underpaid as far as that goes. Just being honest, okay? So, that's so there's my soapbox chant for that, and I'm done. But I'm just like, I saw that and I was like, yeah, okay, sure, that's fine. Guys, I see we're up to 2.7 in the chat, and we're at 922 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that, please, to show support for the channel. And again, if you are not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well, and thank you. Denise Sobey, hold on a second. Denise Sobey Williams, most nursing skills are on the job learning. Absolutely. You are 100%, Denise. 100%. That's where you really get your experiences on. And I'm going to tell you what, and I'm going to give shout out to my CNAs out there too, guys, because the CNAs know the patients better than anybody else. What I used to always tell, I missed a donation question. Oh, hold on a second. Chad is telling me you missed a comment. Okay, I did not. I don't know what I missed here. Hold on, let me go back real quick. See if I missed somebody. I am not seeing anything that I missed. No, I'm not seeing anything that I missed, guys. So, yeah, I have no idea. I didn't see anything that I missed. So, what was the question? If there was a question that I missed, please let me know what it was, and I will answer the question. I have no problem with that, guys. So if one of my mods could tell me what the question was. Indiana State Department of Health sent out emails asking for anyone with a license would be willing to sign up to notify. Oh, hold on a second. Would be willing to sign up for a notified list to help. Yeah, I know New York did that as well. Harshman Hills. Yeah, New York did that exact same thing, to be honest with you. Let's see. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, what this? Donna Smith. Hey, Ed, what do you think about the movement of heavy military equipment by railroad around the country? Okay, so that was the question. Okay, Donna, I'm sorry I missed that comment. It was not done intentionally. I promise you that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of equipment being moved around. And I honestly believe, I honestly believe there's a lot more going on than we're being given the information to. That's always going to be the case. I think you are absolutely going to see lockdowns. I think that is coming, okay? It's a matter of time, but I really do believe that is coming, all right? They're going to take places like New York City, because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of cases in New York City, and it's getting worse. I think you will see New York City locked down. Absolutely, I think that's going to happen. I think you're going to see parts of New Jersey, same thing. And as this thing spreads, they have to contain this, okay? They absolutely have to contain this. So we had a death here in West Virginia today. Christopher McNicholson just said that. Focus, please. I'm focused. I'm trying to get to questions, guys. And I want you guys to remember too, I don't just try to answer people that donate. I hate it when people say that, because that's not the case. I do answer other questions as well. But I'm trying to talk and tell you something and make a point. And then I'll come back and I'll look and see, Trump closing the northern border. Yes, I know. I saw that too, and they were talking up in Washington State of putting troops on the border, and I know Trudeau was not happy about that. Memphis, Tennessee is going to be one of them. Do you think George Soros is behind the bioweapon? You know, I really don't think so. I like I said, I personally believe it was an accident that happened. Let's see. Asif just said New York State, 1,000 plus deaths, 3/4 are in New York City. Exactly. And they're dying like crazy down there. So, you know, yeah, it's going to be bad, guys. It's going to be bad. And that's why people are trying to get out of New York State. Canada closed the borders also. Now, I knew that Living Sweet Journey, thank you for that comment. Yeah, I knew that Canada had closed the border as well. But Canada didn't put troops on the border. We're talking about the president was talking about putting troops on the border, and I know Trudeau was not happy about that. But you know, we have to contain this. We need to, and I mean, you know, as a country, all travel from overseas needs to cease and desist. There should be no more planes flying in here. Come to the moon. Do you think? Hold on a second. Let me read your comment here. Do you think it would be a good idea for people to keep a journal of what's going on now? You know what? I don't think it's a bad idea at all. Because the thing is, you're not going to remember everything. So as things happen daily, you could write them down, write your thoughts down, explain what happened, you know? So, yeah, it's just, you know, it's amazing to me, you know, that people just are continuing to disregard this whole thing. Florida, where I am, it's getting really bad. Baroness just said that. You know what? That doesn't surprise me, Baroness, because when you have such an elderly population down in Florida, it was just waiting to happen, to be honest with you. Sound thing seems to me we're getting ready for war. You know, the war we're getting ready for is a war against an invisible enemy, unfortunately. You know, it's a scary thing. It really, really is. And they have to contain it. They have to control it. I think people misunderstood something that I said the other day, so I really want to. Our gun store is closing. Not that I'm aware of. I know that. Well, I know that like it was someplace. Oh, it was in Florida. Okay, it was in Florida. I think it was the governor was saying that as of the 30th, they're not going to sell alcohol anymore in Florida. So that's definitely overreach by the governor at that point. Now, I don't know if that's true or not true. I'm just putting out there what I saw. And I saw somebody said, well, that's one way to keep New Yorkers out of Florida. And I thought that was pretty funny because we do like to get a drink on up here in the good old state of New York. But, you know, yeah, wars follow recessions. You're right. You're right, Tightwad Homesteader. You're absolutely right. That's how usually we get out of recessions is war. But also, Jay Scott said that's false. Yeah, like I said, I didn't know if it was true or not. I read it. I can't say, like I said, that it was true, but I saw that, so I just thought I would share that with you. So if anybody can confirm that, is anybody from Florida here can tell me if they did that? Oh, well, okay, so let's talk about that for a second with the nursing homes, okay? Several different nursing homes now. The one in New Jersey that we talked about, I think there was another one in another state, and I can't think of. Okay, he's still opening? Okay. Well, hold on a second. I want to make sure I read these. Guys, hold on a second. Prepper Chris 1, I could not stand New Yorkers till I met you. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Some are jerks, and not going to lie, some are absolute jerks. L. Gibson, people getting out of hot zones is why a lockdown is coming. My opinion, it's not a question. You know what? And I can't disagree. You have people that can afford it, that are trying to escape, if you will, because New York is going to be really, really bad, especially New York City. And so they're going to escape to different places where they feel they're safe and stuff. But again, hold on a second. I just wanted to make sure I read that. Livingston County now has, hold on a second. Where did that comment go? Hold on, guys. Livingston County now has 10 positives, still a whole lot less than Monroe County. Rex Woodcutter just said that. Yeah, I know the last I saw, Monroe County had 122, and that was like 4 days ago. So Livingston County having 10 cases, to me, that's 10 cases too many. So, you know, it's just, like I said, we have been just laying low. That's what we've been doing here. Trying to have as little contact. Well, we haven't had any contact. It's just me and Heather hanging out, doing our thing. But, again, it's time to really be smart about what's going on. You have people taking off, again, from New York and stuff like that. I think you're going to see a lockdown. I think it's coming. Christy Martinez, hold on a second. No borders should be open till we've all been vaccinated with an effective vaccine. It just takes one infected person to bring it over. Okay, I don't agree with everybody being vaccinated. I will tell you that, Christy, but I thank you for that comment, and thank you for that donation. See, again, this could be, I don't believe in everybody should be vaccinated. I don't, but that's just my opinion, okay? Asif, I spoke with my brother-in-law today in Florida, stopping everyone excepting truckers. Truck weigh stations to screen for New York residents entering Florida. Wow. Okay. Thank you for that information, and thank you for that donation as well. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, I can honestly say if they come out with some kind of miracle vaccination that's going to save you, I'm not getting it. I'm just not. I'm putting that out there. So, that's my preference. I don't get the flu shot. I have no intention of getting unnecessary shots that I don't need. So, Maryland has over 1,200 cases and 6 deaths. Yeah, it's like I said, guys. I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. This is going to be all over the place. There's a lot more people overseas. There's a lot more people here that have it that we know of at this point. Urban Prepper 34, 800 cases. Hold on a second. 800 cases and 2 deaths in Alabama. Again, like I said, unfortunately, and I hate to say it, this is just the tip of the iceberg. And that's not my opinion. You watch and see what happens. This is just getting amped up here. It was going for a while in China, and China's never been truthful about the numbers. A pandemic doesn't care if you're rich, poor, white, black, red, or yellow, okay? A pandemic is going to kill you no matter what. It's an enemy that we can't see, and it's hard to fight. So the best way to fight it is just try to isolate yourselves, stay low, stay away from everything, Let's see. Ammo, food, and H2O. Yeah, Titus 1 just said that. Nothing wrong with that. So, but yeah, I see a lot of people say no vaccine for them either. Yeah, I just, China has been doing this since November. Yeah, exactly. This has been going on for a while over there. I don't think it's over in China by a long stretch. I really don't. I think it's still spreading. Again, when you get poor areas that don't have a lot of monitoring, a lot of medical stuff like that, I think you're going to see a lot more people dying because of that at that point. Mike Snow, ammo sites won't ship to the Poconos for the last week. Why? I have no idea. I know I can't order ammo online being in New York. They will not ship it. It's one of the things that for New York, they will not ship ammo to New York. So if we want to go get ammo out of state, we have to go out of state to get ammo, or go to a local gun store here. I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, shipping. I used to do that. I used to have it shipped, and then they stopped it. They stopped that years and years ago. I still lived in Greece, New York, when they stopped that in New York. So again, it's all about control. Always about control. So, but I was talking to somebody today, one of the guys in my group, and he was at a gun store recently, and he said in one day they sold 73 guns. Now, here's something I want you to think about this, okay? So the guy, he was saying that the guy was like, think about all these people out there that have absolutely no idea what they're doing with a gun. And that's true. If you have no idea how to use it, in the way that people were buying guns, the guy would say, well, which gun do you want? And the guy would say the brown one. So I want you to think about that. If you don't even know what kind of gun it is and you're trying to buy a gun, that's scary. A lot of untrained people that have no idea what they're doing. I think people need to get proper training. They should have firearm safety to know what they're doing. People are going to get killed because of stupidity, because of people having guns that they don't know how to use them. So, and I do believe you should be able to protect yourself. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely believe we need to be able to protect ourselves. I think that's really, really important. Okay, so, I saw that too. Joe Diffie, I saw that he died 61 from complications from the virus. Yes, I saw that. Like I said, guys, this is the tip of the. L. Gibson, if you want to stress yourself out, or rewatch or watch The Stand. Yeah, right, exactly. Just saying. You know what? Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Scary how bad things can be with a pandemic. Fear the man who owns one gun because he knows it. Yeah, right, exactly. Prepper Chris 1. Yep. Like I said, guys, there's a lot going on. A lot of crazy information going on out there. So just being safe. 10 nursing homes across 5 counties in Colorado impacted, can be verified with details in the Denver Post. Wow, Kimmett just said that. Thank you for that information, and thank you for that donation as well. Yeah, guys, I'm going to tell you what. Our nursing homes are petri dishes for this type of thing. You're going to see a lot of older people die from this because they're confined. They can't go anywhere. Cynthia Frugalman, hold on a second. Late to this party tonight, besides seeds, dirt, and soil, what would you suggest for a city backyard garden? Types of seed, tools, sources of info. What I would suggest, I'll tell you right now, if you don't plant anything else, guys, all right, number one thing to plant this year, potatoes. You get a bag of potatoes, maybe 20, 25 potatoes in that bag, and you got to make sure that they have the eyes on them still. Plant those, and you will get a lot of potatoes. A lot of potatoes. Potatoes can keep you alive. The Irish did it for years and years and years until they had the potato famine. So number one thing to plant would be potatoes. So, do as much as you possibly can as far as gardening. Get any kind of seeds that you can get, and just try to do the best you can. Soil is everything. Make sure you have gardening tools to be able to use, hose and stuff like that. And use old potatoes. North Shore Prepper just said. But yeah, if what's going to happen next year with the flu season, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, this thing will be back next winter. This thing will be back, and I think it's going to be really, really bad. Tomatoes is another good thing, Sean, but tomatoes are hit and miss. They really, truly are. I've had years where I've had a ton of tomatoes, and then I've had years where I put in a bunch of tomato plants and got nothing. So hard to tell what's going to happen with tomatoes, but like I said, potatoes are a good thing to have. So 5,400 cases in Lower Michigan. Yeah, like I said, again, guys, this thing is all over the world already. It really is. In countries like India and those type of places are going to be decimated. Carrie Hopkins, watch the movie Contagion. Very spot on with our situation now. Yep. I've seen the movie. Very good movie. Thank you for the donation, and you're 100% right. It's going to get bad, guys. It's going to get really bad. I see we got 3,000 in the chat, guys, and we're at 1.2 thousand on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that. And again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you get all notifications. I'm going to talk about my channel real quickly here before we move on. We have the Prepper Nurse One community on my channel at preppernurse1.com. It's a great resource for you guys. It is totally free. Go on my website. You'll see it, Prepper Nurse One community. You click on it. You do have to register. There is no credit card information asked for that at all. It is totally free. It's a great resource to connect with like-minded people. If you're looking for people in your state or in your country, it's a great resource for that. If you just want to go and read the message boards, it's a great resource for that. Check that out, and please take advantage of that because it's there for you, okay? If you're trying to make a network, or if you're trying to connect with people to form a group in your state or country, again, it's a great place to do that. Nest Prepper, Indy 500 postponed, not happened since World War II. Yeah, a lot of firsts are happening. And thank you very much for that donation as well. A lot of firsts are happening. Scary stuff, scary stuff. The other thing I want to mention about my website, preppernurse1.com, we still are selling legacy freeze-dried foods. The larger packages, the 120 packages and higher, are really what's available right now. Anything else, you can order something else, but you're looking at a 30 to 50 business day delay of it coming. So I just wanted to put that out there. Somebody else had a question here. I wanted to answer that. Ed, why are people still going on cruise ships? Are they just insane? Yeah, you know what? I saw that, and I think, well, all the cruise ships have stopped now, but there's still people that were out on cruise ships. Yeah, and I don't know why they would do that. Asif, one possible light is the new rapid CV-19 test. Results coming back in 30 minutes. This lab could be used to as an outpatient, could be a game changer. I did see that they had that now, which is great, because I know that you had told me he had tested one person and they waited 9 days to get the results back on that test, which is ludicrous. So they do have that rapid test now. So I think people should be tested, especially in hot zones. I think that's important to find out, because if you are sick, you need to make sure that you're not out there infecting other people. So, Easter Bunny has been quarantined, JJ just said, yeah. Tomatoes are prone to blight. Just strip off the bottom leaves. Oh, hold on a second. I just want to strip off the bottom leaves. They get to be 8 inches. The soil has blight fungus. All right. Well, thank you, Sherry, for that information. So, yeah, once they get big enough, get rid of the lower leaves. Let's see. All you listeners are the cure. Do the right thing. Hold on a second. Let me read the rest of that comment. Do the right thing, people. No woman has ever given information over opinions available. Right, exactly, Sharon. Good, just stay home. Stay away from people. Get out there and protect yourselves. It's really, really important to do at this point in time. I don't understand why lie about the numbers. Because they don't, well, first of all, they don't want to scare people more than they're already scared. And if they actually ever gave out true numbers, like a country like China, it's all about control. And so they don't want to show, it would be a sign of weakness if they were looking like all these people were infected and there was millions of people dead. So that's why they're going to lie about the numbers. And they try to control the situation, but it got out of hand, obviously, and it's all over the place. So I missed a question again. Let me just see what's going on here. What did I miss? Oh, okay. Stephen Toothy 333. Are you part of a local militia? Do you support it? I am not part of a local militia. I do support militias. I think they're important to have. But I'm not part of a local militia. What I would actually, my mindset is this. Things get extremely, extremely bad. We're getting into dangerous territory. We're going to talk about that real quickly here as well. People in neighborhoods need to band together and work together for their own safety. So I think that that's important. So again, I think that, I think militias play their part, but I think what you're going to see, like where I'm at in a rural area, I think you're going to see neighbors band together and support each other that way. So that would be like our own little local militia, if you will, at that point in time. So I want to talk about this. Yeah, sadly, global economics will suffer. R.D. Franklin just said that. Very smart, very, very smart. And you're right. This thing is going to be a game changer all the way around. All the way around, this is going to be a game changer. Guys, I just want you to know, too, I'm going to go to 20 minutes after 9 tonight. As well, just so you guys know ahead of time, so you don't think by like 9 o'clock I'm getting ready to get off. We're going to go to 20 after for everybody. I've been doing that more lately, so we're going to do that. But again, it's like so I want you guys to think about the logistics of this, and it's maddening to me. It makes no sense. So they're letting what they consider low-risk prisoners go. There was a video today, Monroe County. The sheriff of Monroe County got on there and did a video, and he was wondering why they're letting level 3 sex offenders out of the prisons because, they couldn't possibly do anything bad, and they're putting them up in local hotels. Why not keep them in jail? I think the virus is spreading through the jails. Now, here's something that I wanted to share with you about that really quickly. 122 institutions, that is the Bureau of Prisons, right? They have 14 inmates and 13 employees who have tested positive for the coronavirus. They just had one inmate die from the virus, okay? There's 175,000 inmates in the Bureau of Prisons, okay? So something to think about. If it's spreading through the prisons, they're letting people out. Why are they letting people out? Could it be a hoax? No. This is not, we are way past the point of this being a hoax. A lot more people are knowing people that are sick. They're knowing people that have died. Go to the local hospitals and ask the nurses and doctors if they think this thing is a hoax. Hey, Tiffany. Hold on a second. Expert doctor in South Korea said the reason they got control of the virus is stay-at-home order and everyone wearing masks. He totally disagreed with the U.S. general on not wearing masks. Can you yeah, you can be reinfected. Exactly. The whole thing with not, thank you so much for that donation as well. The whole thing with not wearing masks is bullcrap. And I've said that and I've talked about that. And I've told you guys, continue to wear a mask. If you go out in public, if I go out in public and I have to go out and be amongst people, like if I have to go grocery shopping, I'm wearing a mask. And I don't care what people think. They can think and they can say whatever they want because you know what? At the end of the day, the safety of my daughter and anybody else that I care about is more important than what somebody thinks or how I look in public. And, you know, if I'm going to be embarrassed, I'm never embarrassed. I'll tell you what, if they said wearing a pink tutu with a bright orange hat on my head would stop me from getting the virus, guess what? I would do it. And I don't care. So, do you think some states will run low on unemployment? Hold on a second. I want to make sure I read your comment. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, where did that question go? Oh, some states will run low on unemployment and stop payments. Eric Johnson, you know what? That's a great question, and I don't have the answer for that. If this thing extends out for any great length of time, they're going to have to do something. They would have to do another package or some kind of stimulus package to make sure people were still getting money because everybody still has to eat. So yeah, wear a mask. Definitely wear a mask. Well, pink tutu, that's kind of the first thing that popped into my head. Hey, Rachel Atkins. Whoa. No. No, are we back? Okay, good. Oh, my God. I thought we got booted for a second because it was acting like it was going to. Tutus, Thomas Turner? Okay. Oh, my God. Guys, hold on 1 second. I got a cat scratching at the door. While I'm going to do that, if you would shoot a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. If you are not subscribed, we got to show support for the channel. So please hit that thumbs up button. Thank you for that. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon as well. I will be right back. Okay, hold on. Buddy, where are you going? Want to go out? Okay. Go ahead. There's 3 of you heading out. Sorry about that, guys. It's my full-time job. I am a professional doorman for cats. So, yeah. Watch Carriers. It's on Netflix. Okay, I will definitely check that out. I have a friend in Florida. It's not some hoax. Oh, hold on a second. Let me just read this. Where did that go? Oh, I have a friend in Florida. It's not the same hoax, but I think it's being manipulated. Do you agree? You know what? I think it's definitely being manipulated to a degree. Amazon is prioritizing shipping essential items. Oh, Asif just said that. That's why there's delays. So they're prioritizing shipping, critical items, I guess is what he said. So there's your answer for the other question. Thank you for answering that, Asif. I appreciate that. And thank you for the donation as well. Looting is already here in Michigan. Yeah, you know what, guys? We're obviously headed for some very dangerous times, I believe. Again, how long before the looting starts? Well, apparently in Michigan, it's already started. You know what? Things are going to get dangerous. And when will they get dangerous? I can't say for sure when they'll get dangerous. But as people run low on food, as this thing drags on and people get frustrated and don't want to be home and want to be out and about, especially people doing, not pleasant things, you're going to see a lot more break-ins and stuff like that. Asif just said Amazon is shipping diapers, formula, etc. Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Prepper Chris 1, Amazon third. Hold on a second. Let me just go back. I want to make sure I read that. Amazon third-party shippers are getting out faster. Okay. Well, thank you for that information. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much for the donation. He says, repent and be baptized in Jesus' name. This is the only way to heaven. Well, thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. Thank you for your opinion. That's very nice. But, and I know you mean that from the heart, and I respect that. So, but I think that, I think our time is short. I think our time is short as far as, people really getting amped up. So what do I think by time is short is for really full on looting and people getting really crazy. I would say within the next 6 weeks, you're going to see a lot more of that happening. That's what I think you're going to see happening at that point. And it's scary to think about. Home invasions in Ohio and Lima, Ohio. Carlene Jackson just said that. Yeah, again, guys, protect yourselves, okay? Please protect yourselves. Oh, hold on a second. Somebody just said something here. Ed Harvey Black was blocked without cause. He emailed me. Please correct it. Thanks. Okay. I don't know why he was blocked. So I will look into that, and I will see if I can fix that. So thank you for that information. Yeah, like I said, guys, I want my moderators, if somebody's acting like a jerk or somebody's saying hateful stuff, or if they're swearing and being, nasty in general, or if they're being racist, that's what their job is. Or if there's, bots on there trying to do stuff, that's the ones that I want people to get on and make sure that they're off of here. Just pre-ordered toilet tissue on Walmart site. Dawn Lou just said that. Well, there you go. That's a good way to do it. And then it's going to be there when you want it. So, and even if it takes a little while. Dean just said, just got a German Shepherd to join my home. Alarms can kill. Yeah, right. Well, I'll tell you what. Having a dog in that early warning system, that dog's going to hear something long before you do, and they'll let you know. So, but be able to protect yourself. The best way to protect yourself, guys, is, in my opinion, if you don't have a lot of experience, a 12-gauge shotgun. Hidden Pines Homestead. Hey, Ed, good stream tonight. I'm taking the time to work on my homestead and grow the channel. There you go. Smart thing to do. Very smart thing to do. And he is down here by me in my area. So Hidden Pines Homestead. Go check him out. He's in the hills, but he's on the other side of the valley. So he's up in the hills as well. But it's a great opportunity. What we have now, guys, with this time is to learn. Learn as much as you can. Read as many books as you can. Gather that knowledge. Knowledge is power. If you can get books and have them ordered, get it done. Holly Chapman, hold on a second. When are you on Coast to Coast, or did I miss it? No. Holly, I will be on Coast to Coast on Tuesday. I had somebody send me updated information. I am on from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. East Coast time on Tuesday. So Tuesday morning at 1 in the morning to 3 in the morning, I will be on Coast to Coast. And so I actually got to get them some information yet too. So I got to get on top of that. But I'm going to be on there Tuesday morning. So, check me out then. That'll be really fun. I think it's going to be really, really cool. So that's what's happened. Will we go to a cashless system? I don't think so. I don't think you could ever get a cashless system. I don't think that'll be the case. They've already tried to push that on some things, but cash has always been king. I don't want somebody knowing exactly what I have. And when you are in a cashless system like that, if the system goes down, then what do you got? You got nothing. So again, guys, I'm going to go to 20 after, just so you know. Again, we're going to go to 20 after tonight. Will it be recorded coast to coast? You know what, Asif? I don't know. I'm probably sure it will be, so you probably could go back and watch it afterwards. I think that they do that. So, I know everybody can't be up between 1 and 3 in the morning. So, but that's what they're doing there. What area do I live in? I am in New York State, and I am out in the country. I'm in a very rural area, and I'm up in the hills. So that's where I'm at. Tony Draper just said, I just want to say thank you. You're very welcome, Tony. Thank you guys for watching and supporting. I mean, that's really, I really appreciate that. You have no idea. So, North Shore Prepper said Coast to Coast is usually recorded. Well, there you go. So it is definitely, usually recorded. So you'll probably be able to go back in and watch that afterwards. So, no one would mess with our Rottweiler. I'm going to start an army of them. Yeah, there you go. Rottweilers are great dogs. Love Rottweilers. Awesome dogs. I had them for years. Very, very intimidating looking, and they're very, very loyal dogs. Not always the brightest dogs, but they're loyal, especially the males. let's see. I just want to see what she said. Sherry just said, data-driven study tested would it take to sanitize N95 masks 170 degrees for 30 minutes. All right, well, there we go. So you can reuse those N95 masks as long as you sanitize them. Put them in that oven for, at 170 degrees for 20 minutes. So there you are. But I'll tell you what, my particular favorite, I love German Shepherds. They're awesome dogs. I've had them as well, especially the females. The females are the best. MT Coiner, my doctor said I'm high risk with the chronics and stay home, but my boss still has to work, so I can't collect unemployment. Should I risk my life and work? I wouldn't. If you're high risk, it's time to stay home. Why put yourself at risk? Because if you're dead, what good are you then? So, that's just, call in sick till he fires you, and then you can collect unemployment. Red Wolves 2015. Hey, Ed, can you pray for my hometown of Jonesboro, Arkansas? We got hit by a violent tornado yesterday. Lucky we had no fatalities. Well, I don't pray, but I will definitely keep them in my thoughts. And if anybody else would like to pray for his town that got hit by that tornado, please do so. So, but thank you for that donation, and you definitely will be in my thoughts. And thank you, for that. So, but yeah, it's not. That's not. And that's the other thing, guys. Virus is happening. You are still going to see natural disasters happen. That just exacerbates the problem. So when you have more things going on, and then what do? You know what I mean? Floods are still going to happen. We're still going to have tornadoes. Hurricane season will still come. We'll still have those issues to deal with. So a lot of problems with that. So, but so there you go. A lot of people are praying there. Prepper Rabbit. Hold on a second. I want to see what you said here. What are the systems to Charlie Victor? I don't know what you mean by that. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you mean, Prepper Rabbit. No idea what you mean. So, hold on a second. We got Prepper Chris 1 just said here, a LOL foresaw PPE for dogs on Amazon. Wow, that's nuts. Protective equipment for dogs. I think they need to be focusing on human beings. That would be just my Coast to Coast archives. Every show can be accessed on Coast to Coast website. Well, there you go. So yeah, the show will be recorded. All right, hold on a second. Merry Christmas just said, repent and be baptized in Jesus' name. This is the only way to heaven, and please, I will pray for that guy. All right, well, thank you very much for praying for him. I do appreciate that. Thank you for the donation as well. And thank you for sharing your thought as well. I appreciate that. And thank you for the donation as well. I checked eBay for masks. Bids were up to $800. That's crazy. Death Card just said that. Well, I know they're cracking down on people trying to profiteer from different stuff like that, and they should, because if people are having a bunch of masks and then try to sell them for bulletproof and stab-proof vests for dogs. Now, that would be a good thing to have. Dean just said that. Yeah, that would be a really, really good thing to have, because your dogs will protect you. But if somebody shoots your dog or stabs your dog, they do have vests for that, to help protect your dog. And that's a good thing, especially if that's a guard dog that you have. I mean, my dogs would, I don't know what they would do. I would hope they would protect us. I think that they would. But, my dogs, for me, that's my early warning system. There's an old saying, never mind the dog, beware of owner. Yeah, that's what happens here. So, the dog is my early warning system, but you better beware of the owner before you worry about the dog. Sherry just said hold on. Whereas price gouging is a crime and can be reported to the Attorney General. Now, I want to talk about this too, and this is something that I just saw as well. And again, they're trying to do this. The Department of Justice, your dogs will die before you, Ed, or die for you. Well, I'm sure that they would. Prepper Chris 1, I'm sure they would. They're very loyal. They love us to death. So you're probably right. They would give their lives for us. And thank you for that donation. So the Department of Justice is trying to get it put in that in a crisis situation, so who defines what a crisis is, right? That the Constitution is suspended and they can hold people as long as they want. So why are they trying to do that? Okay, why are they trying to do that? I'm telling you right now, the National Guard and the Army will be moved in to contain areas. This is my opinion, okay? But I really think this is going to happen. I've been pretty much right so far, and I'm not tooting my own horn saying that, but everything that I said is going to happen has happened so far. They have to contain this thing. If people do not listen and continue to take off and go to different areas like they're doing out of New York State, okay, they're going to lock it down. They will have to. And when they lock it down, then there's no more rules. You have no constitution if they do that. So, and it's about control. But if people won't listen and shelter in place like they're being told to because of this is bad, James Osborne, Michael Modine, Freedom of Religion. Is that a movie? So, but anyway, again, guys, like I said, just be as safe as you possibly can be. Senior survival and preparedness, everybody stay home. Yeah, exactly. See, thank you for that donation, and you're 100%. Just stay home. I mean, how hard is that? I'm sure that all of us, if you own a home, if you're not in an apartment, and if you own a home, there's things you can do around your home. There's always things that you've put off that need to be fixed or taken care of. There's always jobs that we can do. Prep a rabbit, and then the oath keepers and 3% will get involved. You know what? I think you're wrong on that situation. Prep a rabbit. If they need to lock down an area to contain an area because of the virus, I don't think that the 3%ers, the oath keepers, are going to get involved. Absolutely not. I don't believe so, because they're going to be worrying about taking care of themselves as well and the people that they care about, their families. And that's what should be the focus. Everybody's focus should be taking care of the people that you love and that you care about, the people in your groups. That's who you need to be. That's who you need to be focused on. Again, I'm going to say this again, guys. Garden like you've never gardened before if you have the room to do it. Get out there, put those gardens in, plan on canning, okay? Get ready to do that. So that's really, really important. Somebody just said something. I want to see that, what they said. Where did that go? Hold on. They will lock down with military. Will they lock down with military in small towns too? You know what? I don't think that they will in small towns, to be honest with you, but they're going to try to contain larger areas. What they would do, and I want you to think, and I've talked about this before, but I'll mention it again. You can't control everybody. So you can block off modes of transportation. You can lock off highways, lock off roads, put up roadblocks. And again, I want you to think about this, guys. Why are so many people getting letters from their workplaces giving them permission to be on the roads? Why are they getting those? They're not getting those now because everybody can go out and drive wherever they want right now, right? When they lock things down, you better have papers that says you have permission to be on the road. All right? That's why they're doing it. It's coming. I'm telling you right now. They don't give out those papers if it's not coming. So it's coming. So, guys, we're at 2.7 in the chat. We got 1.7 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that to show support for the channel, and thank you ahead of time for that. Feelings on canned pork. Hold on a second. And that was, I just want to say who it was from. Prepper Chris 1. I'm not against canned pork. Any kind of canned meat I think is a good thing. It's a good it's good to have. We need our meat. We're meat eaters. So, yeah, Nazi papers, exactly. It's going to be the same thing. You're not going to be allowed to travel unless you have your papers. So, hey, James Smith. If you get sick or die, the money is useless. Don't fall for the money trap. Get your food preps, ammo preps, buckle down, and ride out this storm. Prep early, stay at home, and stay safe. I agree with you 100%. We've talked about that on this channel for quite a while before this thing's really started amping up. It is just starting here, guys. New York City's already a train wreck, and it is, as the governor said, a bullet train, okay? That's what's going on in New York City in that area down there right now. It is all through the state already. It's all over the country already. that window of opportunity is long since closed. But if you can get out there, make sure you're wearing your protective equipment if you have to go out in public. Other than that, stay home, stay down, avoid people if you can. That's really the way you really need to do things. Just be smart. Be smart. That's what I would encourage all of you to do. So, but again, I'm going to ask for that thumbs up again really quickly. Hold on one second. We got J Medic. Will stores do ration bags at some point? It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you. I could see that possibly happening. John Serbo. Oh, hold on a second. I want to see what you said here. Have a trucker friend who told me today there are 14-day quarantine for anybody coming out of Louisiana into Texas, and also said 15,000 National Guard were activated. Wow. Well, thank you for that information, and thank you for that donation as well. Christy Martinez, my 21-year-old cousin who lives with my 80-year-old grandparents, has his girlfriend fly from New York to come visit with them. I'm worried for them. And I can understand that, and that's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. L. Gibson, now that we are frozen in place, is it a really good time to go through all of your stuff and see what you have? It absolutely is. It's a great time to evaluate stuff, check out what's good, and that type of stuff. Absolutely, it's a good time to do that. So, again, guys, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please also make sure you subscribe to the channel, to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that. I'm going to do our thing here that we normally do at this point because we're getting close. We got about 10 minutes to go in the show. We are Legion. We are a huge network, a huge family of preppers all over the world, all over the countries. And I'm going to say it, Legion in the good way, not the bad biblical way. That was one example in the Bible, okay? We are Legion in a good way. There's a lot of good examples of legions out there, and we're one of them. All right? We're a huge network. We're all over the country, all over the world. We are a huge family. Where's everybody from tonight? So we got people jumping the gun up here. Florida, Idaho, Arkansas, Kansas City, Missouri. Let's see. We got Maine, Dayton, Ohio, Northern Georgia, Colorado, Montreal, Canada. We have part in Utah, Orlando, Florida, Ohio, Minnesota, Arizona, Linden, Texas. Now it's starting to go fast. Let's see. Maryland, Texas. We have Boston, Tennessee, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Navajo Nation in Arizona. Welcome. Love that area. Was just out there 2 years ago. Beautiful out there. Houston, New York, upstate. See Ontario, Canada. Michigan, Canada again. New Jersey. Let's see. We have the Adirondacks. Very nice. Tilson, New York. Central Michigan, Reno, Nevada, Mount Everest, I like that. Central Florida, Connecticut, South Dakota, Washington, Virginia, Buffalo, New York, Philly, Indiana, Reno, Nevada, Wisconsin, Tampa Bay, Florida. Let's see, we have Georgia, the rabbit hole, I like that. Let's see, Norway, Michigan, Albany, New York, Wellington, New Zealand. Hey, Kathy, hold on a second. Let me go back. I'm actually going to, let's see. My Aunt Elizabeth died of COVID-19 this past Thursday here in Western Massachusetts. I'm an RN. This virus is no joke. It has now infected several local large nursing facilities here. I am so sorry to hear that. Thank you for that information, and I'm so sorry for your loss. It's going to be terrible in the nursing homes, guys. I really think it's going to be. Thank you so much for that donation as well. All right, so I'm going to read a few more of these real quick. We have Oklahoma, Donna, Long Island in New York, Idaho, Huntsville, Alabama, Wyoming, Connecticut, South Carolina, South Georgia, North Carolina, Vermont, North Carolina, Central Alabama, Amarillo, Texas, Iowa, Brooklyn. We have Michigan, Northern Virginia, Philly. So, guys, that's all I'm going to read for that. Now we got Australia there, New Zealand again, Louisiana. I'm going to tell you guys, the nursing homes are going to be a horrible place to be for staff, for people that secretaries, your janitors, all those type of people, your maintenance people. The hospitals are going to be unbelievably bad as well. It's already bad in New York City, and it's going to get worse. And I want people to be safe. I really do. I want you guys to be safe. It's scary times coming up. I really believe that. And I believe we need to work together. We need to stay safe. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going to die from this thing. And I hate to say that, but it's true. Math, Music, and Life. Get your tetanus shot now. They will be doing heavier work. You will be doing heavier work outside with metal tools. Not a bad thing not bad advice at all. And thank you for that. And thank you for that donation. We got the Ozarks in Wyoming. I'm actually watching on Netflix right now that thing about the Ozarks, that series. It's really good. I watched like 4 episodes of that yesterday. But yeah, it's just, you know what? I want to say a couple things, guys. It's okay to be afraid. There's nothing wrong with being afraid, but it's what you do with the motivation of that fear. Use it in a positive way. Be safe, be smart, be as ready as you possibly can be. Be prepared to protect and defend the people that you love and care about. People are going to do bad things. It's going to happen. There will also be people that will do very good things. San Antonio, Texas, Orwell, New York, Northern California. Just a few more, read them real quick, guys. But again, be safe. That's the biggest thing. Let's watch out for each other. Watch out for your elderly neighbors if you can. These nursing homes, you're going to see coming up here, guys, it is going to be awful. Yeah, use your fear as motivation. Don't panic. Just said that. That's so smart. So smart. Use that fear as motivation. Look at where you're weak in your preps and take care of that if you can. Make sure you take care of your animals. Make sure you're prepped up to take care of them as well, because they rely on you. You're their owners. You're the ones that they look out for. Take care of your animals. The animals that feed you, make sure you take care of them as well. Like I say, my chickens, I ended up with 9 eggs today. Okay, I had a dozen eggs yesterday. They feed me, so I make sure I take care of them. And I love my birds anyway. My birds are fun. So, that's what it's all about. We got to just be as smart as we possibly can be at this point. And make sure you're working on your immune system. Make sure you're taking your vitamin C, your zinc, your vitamin D if you're not getting enough sunshine. Those are important things as well. Stay as safe as you possibly can. Avoid people. If you do have to go out, make sure you're wearing your protective gear, and make sure you're wearing your gloves, your mask, and your eye protection. Okay, that's just the biggest thing. People are you're gonna get the people that are gonna think that they can do whatever they want to do, and that's what they're gonna do. Okay, 630 new cases will be. 360 News will be announcing nursing home cases almost daily soon. Asif just said that. Yeah, you're going to see an increase of that. And the thing is, when you have all those older compromised people, it's going to go through these nursing homes like wildfire. Okay? So be careful. Be careful, guys. This things that are happening right now that have never happened before in the history of our lives. Okay? Unprecedented things. So we have control over what we have control over. Put yourself in a situation as best that you can to be as self-sufficient as you can, because you know what? When it comes down to control and they truly lock things down, it's going to get a lot worse. It's going to get a lot worse. So be safe. Do you think the internet will go down? You know what, Benny? I don't think that it will, because that's one way the internet and like television is going to be a distraction for people. So I think that they'll keep that up. I don't know. For 100%, I can't say 100% that they wouldn't, but I hope that they don't. Because that's one way that we have to communicate with each other and to see how things are in different parts of the country. So too much money involved for the net to go down. Death Card just said that. Yeah, there's a lot of money involved with that. Exactly. So, but like I said, we just got to do the best we can for each other. Be smart. But again, get those gardens in. If you can, get those gardens in this year, because it's going to be really, really important. I want to take this time really quickly because we're almost done here, guys. I want to thank my moderators who diligently come in here every time. Is suicides at an all-time high? I think they will be as this thing progresses. You'll see a lot of people that'll opt out and they'll kill themselves because they don't want to deal with it. Rabbit calls the virus Charlie Victor. Okay. So I had no idea what he was talking about, Mr. Rose. I was like, what is he talking about? But anyway, I do want to thank my moderators. You guys do a great job, and I appreciate it because it's important that we keep a clean chat, and just share positive information, not people hating on each other. If the net goes down, they shut it down. Yep. Exactly. There's nothing we can do about it. We would be ham radio in it, guys. That's the way we would communicate with each other at that point. And again, it would just be a bad thing. Any bonus live streams before Wednesday? Yes. You know what? Okay. Thank you for asking that, Asif. I will do another live stream, guys. I'll do one on Tuesday. So I have some things that I need to take care of tomorrow, but I will be live streaming on Tuesday, and I will live stream again Wednesday night. So look for that again. So I'm going to do an extra one on Tuesday. So we will be on at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. So check us out then. And again, coast to coast Tuesday early morning from 1 to 3 in the morning. I will be on coast to coast then. So again, guys, remember, we are all in this together. That's important to remember. Because it's true. We really are all in this together. So we really can make a big difference, okay? Also remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, work at it methodically, and it will happen, okay? It will happen. Just work at things and you'll get it done. Guys, stay positive. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Just get ready, guys. I think we're just in the very beginnings of this thing. I think it's going to be very, very bad. And I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, and I'm not trying to scare nobody, but I think it's going to get bad, okay? So be safe. I will talk to you all later. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.